it's your girl Cute Ass Corey, and I am back here with another video for you girls. I am here to tell you the story about the very first time I ever did acid. Now, with that being said, hi, hello, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Corey Shite, and I am transgender. Feel free to come along with me on this wonderful journey and grow with us. You can follow me on my social medias. They will be somewhere on the screen. They will also be in the description box below. And don't forget to go ahead and subscribe while you're at it and hit that notification bell. I mean, you might as well do it now because, girl, you're gonna forget by the end of the video. I mean, I'm gonna remind you later as well. But I mean, why don't you just go ahead and get it out of the way. I'll give you a second. Period. So, it was a great trip. And if you know what that is, then you will know exactly, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what that is, it is a psychedelic drug. It's not like anything like crazy, like, you know, nothing like major. Like, I mean, it's not like, I don't know, girl. You know what acid is, you know what acid is, you don't, you don't. It's kind of like the equivalent to shrooms, something like that. I just want to throw this disclaimer out there. I am not making this video to condone or persuade anyone to do any type of drugs or anything of that sort. So, if you watch my video and you feel inspired to do acid, don't blame it on me, and don't say that you watched Corey's video and she said to do acid and she saw this and she saw that and this and that and blah, 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 blah. For anybody who knows me, y'all know that I'm very indecisive, especially when it comes to my hairstyles, and I always gotta switch something up because I get bored real easily. This is not really sitting right. I don't know. I gotta do more maintenance with this. Like, this is not. This right here is bothering the fuck out of me. So I'm gonna have to spend more time on this. But I just wanted to do something for the sake of the video. Yeah, you know, how do y'all think, what do y'all think about my little alternative look I got going on today? Girl, you will never know, like, what I'm gonna bring to the table when it comes to, like, my looks and stuff. But, I'm gonna go ahead and stop blabbing off, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into this vivid, colorful, beautiful ass experience that I had. Okay, so, it was an amazing ass fucking experience for me because it was my very first time. I did this back in 2014, and I actually got put on by one of my best friends at the time. He was very much into things like that, and he kind of like, you know, showed me, and I did it, and I actually enjoyed it, had fun. I actually done it a few times more afterwards. This was the most, well, it's not the most memorable experience, but this was like the best experience, I should say, that I've had with it. If you do know like anything about acid, you do know that you also can have bad trips. Now, if you are inquiring about doing it and you're just kind of, you know, like trying to see like how, you know, it goes, and you're on my video because you want to see how my experience was, I do want to just say, don't do it if you're in a bad place and if your mental is not, like, stable. Like, if you're not in a good place mentally, don't do it. If you have a lot going on, don't do it. If you are looking for an escape, it's not the way to do it. If you're surrounded by people who have a lot of negative energy, don't do it. I would recommend that you have, you know, a clear, cleanse mind, and you know, things like that. So how my experience went was, it was so amazing. We went camping. It was 6 of us. It was 6 boys because, you know, I was a boy at the time. I was already into the hair and the makeup, girl. I went to this camping trip with a full face. We went hiking. We found this beautiful site by a lake, and we went camping on the rocks, and we had a tent and whatnot. It was such an experience, y'all. But this video is gonna be so vivid because I'm gonna have everything in here because I really want y'all to be able to feel my experience and everything of how it went for me. Like, it was so just, it was such a great experience. But we had a 4x4 tent, and it was 6 of us. Now, one of the guys actually didn't do it. He was kind of like there for just to make sure that, you know, we were all gonna be okay, we were safe, we were grounded, and just to make sure that everything was, you know, cool, good, peaches and cream. Like, he was there to, I guess, be the security. I don't know, girl, but just to make sure that nothing went bad, nobody was doing nothing stupid, hurting themselves. And one crazy thing about it is there was one person who actually had a bad trip. One person, yeah, it was one person who had a bad trip. I don't know what he had going on. I don't know where his mind was at the time, but it was just, it was it was crazy. What we did was we got the tabs from this guy in another city, and he charged $10 a tab, and I believe I had took like 2 tabs. Yeah, it was my first time, so I didn't want to do too much of it, but I did 2 tabs. My former best friend at the time, you know what, I'm gonna give everyone a nickname. So my former best friend, we're gonna call him, because I was Bubbles, so we're gonna call him Blossom. So he's Blossom, and then his friend, we're gonna call him Surf Boy. So we got Blossom, then we got Surf Boy, and then Surf Boy's friend, the one who had a bad trip, we're gonna call him Football because he's like a football player. So there's me, Bubbles, and there's Blossom, my former friend. Then we have his friend, who was Surf Boy. Then we got, we're gonna call him Football Player because he looked like a football player. So we're gonna call the one who had a bad trip Football Player. And then there was another boy, and we're gonna call him, ooh, he stole my weed, but we're gonna get into that later. So we're gonna call him Thief. That's what we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him motherfucking Thief, bitch. So we're gonna call him Thief. And then we're gonna call the other boy Security because he was just kind of watching all of us. So I think that was everybody. We got to connect through Surf Boy. Surf Boy knew the person who actually made it, and he gave it to us or whatever. Now, and this is very dangerous, by the way, so if you're not around people who don't know what they're doing or what they're talking about, I would not recommend that you do anything like this. But I definitely would say, if you want to do something like this to live your life, just be careful. Just make sure you're around people who know what they're doing, what they're talking about, and don't go just looking for anything or anybody to just give you just anything, you know, just because you want to do it. Yeah, anyways, we were in a 4x4 tent. Security actually was not really too much in the tent. He was outside the tent, like, you know, he was just kind of like on his phone and stuff. We hiked, we waited till the sun, like right before the sun went down. And the sun wasn't down just yet, but we had hiked while the sun was lowering, you know, the sun was setting. So we hiked all the way to this beautiful ass lake, and then we were on the rocks. Mind you, there was deer and stuff out there at night. Like, I wasn't even scared. I was excited because nature, you know, that's my natural habitat, girl. If you go down my my videos, and you'll see like how many times I've been hiking on here. Like, that's not even how many times I've been hiking in real life, but like, I, you know, record videos of me hiking because I love being in nature. I'm an air sign, I'm an Aquarius. I love being around nature. I love being outside. I just love it, you know? So I wasn't scared at all. I was actually really excited. So what they said was, because it was my first time, they said you probably, you know, you hallucinate for about a good 8 hours. We were setting up and everything. I was like an alcoholic at the time, so I brought a whole ass bottle, which I didn't even drink, but I brought the bottle. Nobody even drank it, which I'm glad, because the acid was enough within itself. I had just started really smoking weed heavily at that time, and that was my first time that night buying my own weed from someone. My very first time ever in my life. I had bought 4 grams, girl. So I was, you know, I was ready. I was like so excited. Like, we were gonna have a good time. We're gonna have fun. And me, I'm the type of person where, like, if we're gonna do something like in a group setting, I want to be able to do something to make sure that we all have some kind of fun. You know, I want to bring something to the event or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it was very much like we had hella snacks. Like, I had my hot fries, my gummy bears, I had my brisk tea. Like, that was my favorite shit at the time. But although we really didn't need none of that, because when you're on acid, you're not really thinking about eating or anything. Like, your mind is in a whole nother place. You don't really have an appetite. But I think I ate a few gummy bears and probably had a few hot fries. But other than that, yeah, it was nothing like major, girl. We were setting up, we were in chill clothes. Everyone was kind of like chilling. We had on like trippy stuff. You know, we all brought out our neon shirts, and you know, they were very graphic and stuff. We had clothes with colors. It was just such an experience. Well, this was 2014. This was around the time that Jhené Aiko had just came out with Sailing Souls, and Lady Gaga, she didn't just come out with this album, but it was a trippy album that I wanted to trip to. So it was her art pop album, because that was like one of my favorites. Like, Art Pop is my favorite album of all time. We had a speaker, but you know, everyone had their headphones and stuff, so we all could listen to our own music. Because from what they told me, you know, you're gonna see things, you're gonna hallucinate. So we was just setting up, you know. And then when we got there, you know, we took our tabs. We smoked a little bit before. Me and my friend, we had like hit the pipe a few times. Weed. Okay, so we hit the pipe a few times. And I think, did he have his bong? I think he brought his bong as well. Blossom brought his bong. So we smoked, and I think we also smoked a blunt with, Surf Boy as well. So it was like we were kind of already like high and stuff before we, you know, started. I didn't really drink anything. Like I thought I was going to because I was always down to drink, bitch. I always wanted to drink something, but I didn't drink anything because it just wasn't really like, it wasn't gonna do anything for me, and it wasn't really doing anything for me at that time. After we had set up and everything, you know, we all got our tabs, girl. I think we had like took our first one, and then so how they described it to be was, they said you had to put the tab on your tongue and just let it sit there and let it dissolve. Don't swallow it, da 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 da, you know what I'm saying? So I took the first one, and then after that one like dissolved, then we had to put like the second one in there. Now I believe Surf Boy took like 3 tabs, I want to say 3 or 4 tabs, because it wasn't his first time doing it. He's done it already, so he took like 3 or 4 tabs. Football had took more as well. He took like, I think he took 3, not 4. I think he took 3. He shouldn't have took that much because he couldn't handle that shit. Girl, that wasn't like here nor there either. He really like, I don't know, girl. He just had like so much going on within his mind, I guess. He just had a lot going on. So we're just gonna get into it, girl. So we're all we're crowded up in this little ass tent. Like we're just sitting there at this point. Like we're all, you know, in corners, all 5 of us. Like we're all kind of like laying down, chilling, or whatever the case is. Well, we weren't laying down yet. At this point, we had started taking our tabs, so we were just walking around, you know. We weren't going too far off from where we were because nobody wanted to get lost. We had security there. He was like, you know, making sure that we were staying where we were supposed to stay, and everything was just cool. It was a good time. It was a vibe, girl. So we, you know, we were just chilling, and then like I remember like once it started hitting me, like at first I felt like I had to throw up because for one, this is my first time doing it, right? So I felt a little nauseous, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on, girl? I had to go drink some water. I was like, I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. This is too much. Like, girl. But eventually, like that went away. Like probably like 30 minutes. It went away. So it takes about like 30 to 45 minutes for the tabs to actually kick in anyway. And it's gonna hit you when you least expect it, because you're gonna be thinking like, oh my god, okay, I'm waiting, I'm ready. But you just have to you have to like chill out, you know, distract yourself, distract your mind, because if you are taking it and you're going to think about like, you're gonna be thinking about, oh, you're so ready to just hallucinate and trip and see things, like, it's, you know, you gotta just chill out. You gotta just let it, you know, hit you when it hits you, because baby girl, it's gonna hit you, and when it hits you, girl, it's gonna hit you, okay? But girl, yeah, so we were just like kind of chilling, you know, walking around or whatever. And then once I started to feel like a little, after that nauseous feeling, I felt like, ooh, girl, like shit started spinning, bitch. Like it was like, I don't know, like shit was getting like, it was just getting there, girl. Shit was getting real. Like I felt it. Like I was like, oh my god, like bitch, I started to feel good. My body started unwinding. I started feeling tingly. My hands were sweating, girl. And it was so, like, it was such an amazing feeling. Like, it's something I've never felt before. It was something that, mind you, we were already high from smoking weed. Now, it was already like that on top of the acid, and it was just like, okay, so we were already relaxed. After we felt all of that, girl, that's when we all were like, okay, let's go, you know, get in a tent or whatever, get in our spots, whatever, you know, cut some music on, or whatever the case is, do what you gotta do. Girl, so we all crowded up, and mind you, we was all some big motherfuckers. Like, we was big as fuck. Like, I was tall, Blossom was tall, Surf Boy was ripped, he was tall. There was what's his name, girl, Football, he was tall, he was ripped. well, I think he was actually short, but he was just like ripped. He was real stocky, like. And then, oh girl, and the thief. I forgot. I don't know how many tabs he took. I wasn't checking for him. I don't give a fuck. Like, he pissed me the fuck off. He honestly was smoking the whole time. I think he took like maybe one tab. I don't think he was like on it as much as we were, but he had took like one tab, girl. So he took one tab and he was smoking the whole time, and nobody even thought of anything of it, girl. I set my weed down somewhere. It was by me. I don't know. I think when I got up out the tent, he had snatched it up because he was smoking the whole motherfucking night, bitch. And then it's crazy because Surf Boy and Football said that he didn't have no weed. So we all sitting here thinking like, how is he? Like, at the time, we wasn't like thinking about anything because we, you know, we're tripping obviously, but we didn't think about that till after the fact. Me and Blossom, when we were on our way home. But anyways, girl. So yeah, we had, you know, got in our positions or whatever, cut our music on and stuff, girl. No appetite for no snacks. We were just laying all on each other, like not on no gay shit. Like we were just like laying on each other, just like we were so relaxed. Like when I tell you, the tent and the rocks, there was rocks under us, and it was like a tent, you know, so we felt nothing but rocks, really. When I tell you, those rocks felt so good. It felt like my body just melted into the ground. Like, girl, my body melted into the ground. Those rocks were it was so comfortable, girl. I didn't want to leave that spot I was in, and I did it, girl. We were sitting there and we were just hallucinating. So I think like we were all trying to talk at the same time. It was crazy because we all were feeling it, girl. So we all were trying to talk at the same time, and it's just like a bunch of blabbling and shit going on. And then it seemed like we were loud, but we were literally in the middle of nowhere, so nobody could hear us. We weren't screaming, but we were all just like, I remember Surf Boy, he just kept saying, shh, shh, shh. They're gonna hear us, they're gonna hear us. And it's like, nobody's gonna hear us because we were camping, we were in the woods, we was at a lake, like nobody was around. It was late as fucking night. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like late as hell. So, like we literally, it was like such an amazing, like it was so, and it was just funny. You know me, I'm goofy as hell, so I just kept laughing at everything. I was laughing at everything. I was laughing at Surf Boy because he was just so funny to me. Like he just kept saying dumb shit. Like it was making me laugh. And then there was a Blossom. Like me and Blossom, we just had our insiders. Like, and I remember Blossom had played something, like some kind of music. Like we were heavy into dubstep and stuff at that time too. So he played something, and we were just vibing. Like it was just so cool. And I remember, oh my god, I remember me and Blossom, we held hands. And we were just kind of like, I love you, you know, like, oh, I love you too. Like, you know, we were best friends at the time. We were like really connected. Like, and that connected us more. It connected us like closer. And it was like, I don't know. It was a different experience. Like we felt like our souls were connected, like our spirits, like we were connected spiritually. And like we literally felt the energies like transferring. It was just like the energies was good in the tent. Football, his bad trip didn't hit yet. I think he was having a good trip for a little bit, and then I think his mind started wandering into other things, and that's what caused him to have the bad trip. But he started tripping, and it was like, girl, it was just like, the vibes were still good at that time too. So we're laughing, you know, we're vibing, and we're just talking like dumb shit, girl, saying a bunch of dumb shit. So, you know, they're like, close your eyes or whatever, you know, all our eyes are closed. Like, girl, we're listening to Janae go first. So I had my eyes closed, and Janae Eco was playing her beautiful voice. Her voice was like singing to my soul. And mind you, we're tripping for 8 hours, so we were in and out of the tent, right? But at this time, we were still in the tent, which it felt like forever. And when I closed my eyes, that little 4x4 ass tent, y'all, I promise you, it felt like I was in Chinatown. I don't know, like it was like in a big palace. Like it seemed like it was so big in the little area that we were in, and it was just so vivid. And it was, I recommend that you stay in a kind of like a small close space, because it's so much more better. Like it's easier to intake that, especially on your first trip. So it was like such an amazing experience. When I tell you I closed my eyes, and the shapes that I seen like, you know, like the graphical color, like the graphical shapes and stuff, like the 3D cubes and stuff. 3D cylinders, 3D triangles. Like, that's what it, and it was like kind of spinning. Like, it was so cool. Like, I don't know, it was just so cool. Like, and it was so colorful, although my eyes were closed and it was dark, but it was so vivid. Like, it was so, like, lively. Like, it was just, it was everything. And then, like, I swear, like, I seen, like, Super Mario as my eyes were closed. Like, I seen Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, they were like, girl, they were like, I don't know, they would do no jumping and running, whatever they were doing while my eyes was closed, mind you. Like, I had, like, it was such an adventure. So then, girl, I had told my friend, I was like, I want to listen to Lady Gaga, so I put my headphones in for a little bit. So I went to hear my art pop, and if you know about art pop and Lady Gaga, you know that that album was very, like, it was one of those albums, like, it was just like, it was an upbeat, up-tempo type of album. When I had my headphones in, I listened to Lady Gaga, girl, I had got the tent, and I looked, oh, I kid you not, like, oh my god, I looked over the lake, and I seen, like, it was like a bunch of, like, so there's the lake, the water was doing what it did, it was nothing but the moon shining, and I think it was a full moon that night too. So, oh my god, it was so amazing. Like, oh my god, like, I'm getting chills even thinking about it, because I remember how it made me feel and everything. The lake, the water, the lake was like, it just looked so beautiful, and it was like lightning over the lake. Like, it was like, you know, as the waves and everything, but it was lightning all over the fucking lake, girl. And then, not only that, but I thought, like, Lady Gaga was having a whole ass personal concert for me. She was in the middle of the lake. She was colorful. She looked like lightning. Oh, it was raining too. It was raining, y'all. Like, it felt so dope. The wind was blowing. I thought the tent was moving. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I thought the tent was moving when I was in the tent. And I'm sorry, I left this part out. I'm gonna get back to the Lady Gaga part. But when we were in the tent and it was raining, the wind was blowing so hard. And I thought that the tent was moving closer and closer to the water. I was like, oh my god. I was like, y'all, the tent is gonna get in the water. We're gonna flow off. We're gonna, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, but nothing was happening. The tent was still in place, girl. I was just tripping my balls off. Like, it was so fucking dope. Like, it was the dopest thing ever. Like, see, and tripping on acid can be such a beautiful experience. You just gotta have a good mindset, you know, and good intentions with it. So, girl, yes, like, oh my goodness, like, it was so dope. Like, Surf Boy, he just kept on saying, shh, shh, no it's not, no it's not, everything's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be okay. And it was just so crazy. Like, and the reason why we were in the tent was because it was raining, but it was raining, like, on and off. So mind you, security, he's just, girl, I don't know what he's doing. He's probably just looking at us and thinking, like, these motherfuckers, like, the fuck they got going on. Like, I don't know why he didn't. I don't think he really wanted to do acid. I think he did it before. And it was one point where I felt like we were already on top of the water. We were floating. So I didn't want to get out of the tent because, girl. And Surf Boy was like, no, don't get in the water. You know, I mean, don't get out the tent. Don't get out the tent. Don't get out the tent. Stay here, stay here, stay here. Like, it was so dope, y'all. So anyways, back to the Lady Gaga thing. Now, she just looked so beautiful. Like, it felt like it was a concert. Mind you, I have my headphones in, so nobody can hear what I'm hearing. And nobody can see what I'm seeing. And I'm just looking over, and it's just a colorful ass, beautiful lightning. I felt like I was in Rainbow Road on the Super Mario Kart track, girl. And it was like, it was so beautiful. Like, and she was singing, like, and doing what she did, and the beat, everything was just so dope. Like, it was such an I loved that. I loved it. I feel like Lady Gaga had a personal concert for me, y'all. And that shit was the dopest thing ever. I'm just glad that I got to experience that. And so we're still going on throughout the night, y'all. Me and my friend were tripping, and then, like, then we start quieting down. Like, it's like, and it was just like an on and off repeating thing. Like, we quiet down because, of course, Surf Boy, he's like, shh, 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 everybody, shh, shh, they're gonna hear us. The police are gonna come. And, like, I just kept laughing because I just thought he was being funny, but, like, I think he was being serious. Like, I wasn't taking him serious, though, because we were tripping. Like, and it was just so, girl, we were just completely out of it, obviously. So then, the trip got interrupted. Like, you're still tripping, mind you. Like, there's really no such thing as your trip being interrupted, but it just kind of leads you on to different things. So that's when football started having a bad trip. He got out the tent. He started like screaming, fighting, yelling, trying to fight in the air. He was like, I don't know what demons he was battling at that time, but we were just hoping that, you know, he was getting better. But that's what security was there for. Security, he was like, bro, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Like, you know, he was comforting him, letting him know that everything's okay, it's all good. You know, nothing's gonna happen, nothing's happening to him, nobody's gonna come for us, nobody's gonna come for him. And he was comforting him the whole night, basically, because after he started having a bad trip, it just kind of really didn't go away, and he was crying, and he had a lot going on. Like, I felt like he was purging, you know. After a while, we were like, we were tripping and everything, and our eyes were closed, and we were just making jokes, laughing, giggling, like we were just vibing. It was just such a vibe. Like, I'm telling them what I'm seeing, they're telling me what they're seeing, we're all telling each other like, oh, we're seeing this, we're seeing that, and we really couldn't see what everyone else was seeing. We're seeing different things. Like, man, it's crazy, because I wonder where all them are now, because me and Blossom, we're not friends anymore. We don't keep up with each other. And then like Surf Boy, oh, I know Surf Boy. I know he's actually dating a really good friend of mine now. They're doing their thing, whatever. And I mean, we still keep that same experience when we see each other. We're not like, oh, buddy, you know what I'm saying? Because we're in two different paths in lives. And plus, Surf Boy is not even like LGBT, he's not gay or anything. So the only people, it was just me and Blossom. We were the only gay ones. Everyone else was straight, you know? So it was like, yeah. And they were just cool though, because they worked together, and then he brought his friends along, and then, you know, Blossom brought me along, and that's how we all kind of like linked up with that situation. After a while, after it stopped raining, that's when we had like kind of opened our eyes, and then like the sun was coming up, like we saw light. And as the sun was coming up, like we were still like, we were coming down from the trip. We were still tripping, not as bad, but we were coming down from the trip. We were just gathering everything. I couldn't find my weed. I was like, fuck it. I was like, whatever, like, bitch. So then we had to hike back with all of our shit. We had to hike back to the car, me and Blossom. And it was Blossom's tent, and Blossom just said, fuck it, left the tent there. Actually, it was Blossom's parents' tent. So he just left it there, and who knows what happened to it. Like, oh my God, like we literally left our mark. But y'all, like if I could go back and relive that night, because that night was so fun. Like, it was so fun, y'all. Like, and it opened me up to a lot of things in a good way. Like, it really just made me see the universe so much more. Like, I feel like it was, my connection with the universe was just so much more amplified at that time. And that's really all that I have for you with this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And like I said, if you're looking to trip on acid, just be careful, be around people that love you, be around people that know what they're doing. I recommend you do it in a safe place. And if you're gonna go somewhere where you're away from people, have someone there who's gonna be level-headed. You know, just be careful, because it's so dangerous. I can't stress that enough. But I'm not condoning anything, so don't go blaming anything on me. If you go and have a bad trip, don't blame that shit on me, because it ain't got nothing to do with me. I didn't tell you to do it in the first place. So girl, yeah, that's all for this video. I want you guys to like, comment, and share this video if you will. Yeah, actually, matter of fact, share this with everybody. Share it with your friends if you guys were thinking about tripping on acid. Comment, like, subscribe. Oh yeah, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm trying to get to 1K, girl. We are at 860, I believe, and we're almost up there, girl. Let's keep running these numbers up. If you're interested in my transition, I will have a transition timeline video down below in the description box. If you want to see my hormone updates and everything, I have hormone updates as well. I have a playlist of everything on that. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I'm not gonna say that anymore. I love you guys so. I really do love you guys so much. You guys are my babes. You guys leave me the sweetest comments, and I just want to take the time out to say thank you. But yeah, I just want to say that every comment really counts. You guys supporting me, and I love the love that you guys give me. I can't express to you enough how appreciative I am of that. And I thank you guys so much for supporting me. I really do. And I'm glad that you guys are liking me. I'm going to keep putting content out for you guys. I'm going to set myself up on a schedule to get more videos as well. So if there's anything that you guys want to see from me, if you have any questions or anything, just let me know in the comments below. And as soon as I get the 1K, I can talk to you guys more as I get affiliated with the YouTube community. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna go. Just don't forget that if you feel like nobody loves you, the universe loves you, and I do too. If you ever want someone to talk to, I am always here. My Instagram is open. Follow me on my social media. Again, it will be somewhere on the screen as well, and it will also be in the link in the description box below. Not a link, but they will be in the description box. So yes, stay pretty, stay positive, you guys. Spread peace and love to everyone and everything around you. Peace and prosperity, babes.